you so much. Thank you so much to Yes and the team and you all for attending this one. My apologies right from the beginning if my voice sounds a bit coarse, just been a rough patch. So my apologies for that, right? But I'll try to make it as pleasant, as melodious as possible for you all. So again, yes, thank you so much for attending this one. Now, I understand obviously that you are all professionals, experts, and so on. So that's why I and Jazzy discussed that we probably don't have to go down to the basics or ABC of it, right? And to highlight some of the important elements of each program portfolio that we carry, highlighting the USPs. Plus, what I'm going to do after this conversation, I'm going to send a link to Jazzy, which she can share with all of you. So we call it information pack, right? So the current file that I'll run through now, the slides, those are available there, first of all. And then it has other brochures, videos, photographs of the campus, anything that you want to use, logos and all this that you want to use as a partner, those are available there. So it's a lot more convenient for you to just access it and get a lot of information, even in your own time, right? So you don't have to come back to me, for example, for a basic question and all. You can just access the folder first and then see if the answer is there. If it's not there, obviously I, Jazzy, and the team are there to assist you, right? Now, this file that I'm sharing with you today, I mean, of course, it looks like a quick glance, at the Southampton, but it's actually divided into four sections. What I'm doing today, I and Jazzy, right, that we are giving you a run through this file. How do you pick up the answers? How do you pick up the USPs? And then, so I'm not going to go to all the programs and the USPs and everything because that's like takes about 3 to 4 hours then, right? So we'll pick up selective program. Let's say, hey, business, hey, computer science, this, engineering, mechanical or aero, and then from there, you'll be able to see that other slides, how to pick up the answers from those slides later on. All right. So this is how the flow will work. So we are able to cover all of this, in the given time. But Jazi has not given me a lot of time, right? So the blame is on her. But then I understand, like, that we just wanted to make it beneficial, not too boring and too long. So that's the reason we are keeping it very specific. Without any further ado now, let me now share my screen. Jazi, I can share my screen, right? I have the access, everything. Yeah, okay, okay. Thank you so much. So let me just share my screen and then feel free, please, if there's any question, anything that comes to your mind while we're doing, you can raise hands, you can even type in the chat box, and we will then respond to those, either if it's extremely important during the training, if not, then at the end of the whole conversation, right? So I call it product training manual, so like I said, you will have access to this one, and then you can always reach out for more information and all this after this. So again, as a guideline only, right? This information pack or this manual is updated usually about every 2 months. So if you see, this one is version 5, 20, for 25th June. Now it's almost July, but mid-year, so another month's time, unless there's extremely important update or significant changes, of course, we notify the partner. But generally, every 2 months, you're advised, you're suggested that through that link I'll share with Jazzy and you can download every 2 months just to make sure that you have the latest one. Now, wherever you see this computer or web sort of icon, it means it's leading to an external link outside this presentation, right? Maybe an online drive or a page on the website or another partner's, some link or so. So just keep in mind, it has additional information about that topic there as well. All right. So for example, my university Malaysia campus website is quite basic, to provide you point information. But UK's website is very detailed in terms of modules, assessment, curriculum, and so on. So just in case you want more information, yes, you can use this link to go there. So this is divided into four sections: university programs, the USPs, and administrative procedure. It is very self-explanatory, very detailed. So we'll go through it one by one in brief to make sure that you understand or you're able to read this in your own time. Okay. So brief history started back in 1862, 1952. We got the Royal Charter status from the late Queen. We were the first university that got the Royal Charters from her university status. And then 2012, we came to Malaysia. And now it's been 12 years for us in Malaysia. We started with a very small campus, only three programs. Now we are a six times bigger campus with 19 programs. So that's how we have developed, grown in the last, I would say, 12 years. So this is the current structure of the team, right? So I'm handling the recruitment and corporate alliance partnership module wing. We have got a marketing team, we have an admissions team, right? So this one, how I mean, the structure works. You may get some email from marketing sometime. You may get some email from admission office sometime. So it's just good to know the who is contacting you for what reason, and then you respond accordingly. But I'm in copy in all the correspondence by policy, right? So if there's any explanation required, I'll be happy to assist you further. All right. So these are UK campuses, just to give you a picture that you know what we are part of. So Highfield campus, Boulderwood, University Hospital, Southampton, Waterford Avenue, and Winchester. They are various campuses for various specializations. And then obviously we have the Malaysian campus in Malaysia, Johor Bahru. So most of you from Indonesia, especially and some other parts, I'm sure you're aware where Johor Bahru is in terms of Malaysian map. So we are not in Johor Bahru, just for I mean clarity. We are in Iskandar Putri, which is just next door to Singapore, about 8 minutes drive from my place to the second link bridge between Malaysia and Singapore, about 8 minutes drive, another 20 minutes to in Singapore city center. So from here to 30 minutes, you are in Singapore. So our students actually usually go to Singapore for internships, projects, assignments, surveys, and blah, blah. Johor Bahru city is about 40 minutes in the other direction. So this is where we are located, and the whole area, the neighborhood is called Edu City. We are outside the Edu City's premises because we wanted a bigger campus, but Edu City is next door with more facilities and so on, and our students have complete access to those facilities. Okay, so this is where we are. 2018 we were at this smaller campus. 2020 23 I mean this year, so last year we have reached here. At the moment we have got about 700 students on campus. These are slightly old because of the graduation. So what happens, students join us, about 400 new, then 120 130 they move to UK, right? You know, because engineering programs they are 2+2 arrangement. I'll explain it to you later. So that's why the population generally goes up, then takes a step back, then goes up, takes a step back because of the UK transfer. But that's on the programs page. Now, this is a good view, evening view of the campus. So this side, the later half, right? You know, this front half, the second rear half, that's Southampton. And then this is the three towers that you see in the front. Actually, you can see two, but there are three towers here. They are the, what do you call, the accommodation option, Eco-Nest. And in the background is Edu City. We've got multiple international campuses from UK or Singapore, Netherlands, and so on. That's what we have in the Edu City, right? So this is a good view of our neighborhood. And the hills that you see in the in the background, that's all Singapore hills actually, right? So this is how close we are to Singapore. Some of the facilities, again, I'll just brush through this because, like I said, you can pick up this information with the slides later on. But of course, on campus, we have three portfolios. So we have business, computer science, and engineering programs on campus, right? So Bloomberg Lab is part of the business suites program suites. We have 9 business majors. I'll explain it to you in later slides. Mechanical lab, fully functional flight simulator, wind tunnel on campus, electronics lab, electrical lab, computer labs, along with artificial intelligence, innovation lab, materials and structures lab. I mean, about 14 labs on campus to make sure that our programs are supported by adequate facilities. And then obviously a beautiful lifestyle around and on the campuses, right? So this is a brief introduction about the campus. I quickly go through this when you're talking about the USPs, you know, the why Southampton, why UK in Malaysia, why you Malaysia top university. So these points sort of like address those concerns. So as you can see, first of all, 6 benefits of our UK transfer option. And this does not apply only to UK transfer. It can only be related to UK education in Malaysia, for example, you know, with access or with resources and so on. So you're looking at, for example, unchallenged academic reputation of UK. It is still considered as one of the top environments, one of the leading environments, has a very good prestige and reputation in terms of education. So that's why UK degree or UK qualification or UK transfer, right? Specialization and research opportunities in UK are huge. We are part of the Russell Group. I'm sure a number of you know. And that means that we have at any given time we have between 1,500 to 1,800 industrial projects for research, development, so on with industrial partners. Again, the students are able to access those, students are able to utilize those services, sorry, projects, during their studies. And one of the reasons why you should be looking at UK for future education with Southampton. Then, of course, high employability, right? There's general perception, I mean, I partially at times I do not agree, but that's the perception among employers, parents, students, and systems that yes, UK graduates have better, higher employability. So just to address that point, yes, if you use our transfer options, you have a UK degree, you address this high employability for UK qualification, you are secure in that sense, right? Then you're looking at treasure trove of knowledge from around the world. UK, Canada, UK, America, probably Australia, they can claim to have a global reach, a global resources sort of, I mean, pool in their home countries. So yes, I mean, if you go there, if you use the transfer option, you are able to dive into that treasure trove of knowledge, resources, and so on, and then explore those. Level of technology and developments, again, compared to Malaysia, for example, Indonesia, Thailand, Brunei, Vietnam, Cambodia, this sort of region neighborhood, right? I mean, it's still considered as a level or level ahead, a step ahead in terms of technology and innovation and development, right? So again, you have access to those sort of facilities, resources, and development if you use the transfer option or if you have a UK education. And then lastly, obviously, specific to transfer option, post study visa for 2 years. Now UK is practicing the 2 years visa. They have permitted once again, so students are able to use that option during their, I mean, after their studies, to explore more opportunities. Again, just sort of to mention, our students don't need 2 years to find jobs or settle down and so on. I mean, we are in that position. But again, some of them, they want to have maybe an own business, they just want to explore, they are, I mean, having other plans and so on. So yes, the post-study visa comes in handy in that sense. Okay, now against that, 6 benefits of Malaysian campus. So obviously, one of the I mean, the biggest reason is Malaysia is still considered in Southeast Asia one of the fastest developing environment behind Korea, Japan, and Singapore, for example, right? A lot of resources, a lot of development. So students have the access to those, are able to enjoy those, or be exposed to those during their studies. Academic reputation and recognition. Malaysian universities have risen the fastest in QS and other international rankings. We can see you've got Malaysia, you've got universities who are that are in top 300, top 100, and top 200, and so on, right? So again, the academic reputation of the region is very high. Most important, I would say, many parents and students age very economical, obviously. One third or lower the cost of education from UK, Australia, USA. I will show you in the next slides how even Southampton to Southampton, UK to Malaysia is a total different, what you call a economic, I mean, package, right? So just for your understanding. And then multicultural and safe environment. With all due respect, again, whatever we hear about UK or Australia or Canada or USA about safety and multicultural base, we understand there are a lot of issues, there are a lot of, I mean, concerns among parents and all this, right? Malaysia does not have those sort of issues. Malaysia does not offer any sort of worry to the parents and the students and so on. It is multicultural, but at the same time, it's very safe, embracing, and so on. So that's a very strong point for Malaysia for your education. And then launchpad to the world after your studies, during your studies, for through transfer options, progression options. You are able to go to anywhere in the world, either for employment or for further studies, and in Malaysia, because again, the reputation is good, academic excellence is there, you're able to explore options around the world. So people use it as a launch pad to the world, if they can't directly go to some place. And lastly, the most important, probably I would say, is easiest access. Not only for the students to get a visa easily, student visa and so on, traveling, living and all, but also for the parents, also for the siblings, friends, relatives, anybody that wants to visit you. You can apply a visa online. For some, most of us in Southeast Asia don't even need the visa to travel to Malaysia. But if it is a day, few hours, 2 days, you can get the Malaysian visa and you can travel to Malaysia, right? But if you're looking at, for example, Canada, If you're looking at UK or America, 3 months, 6 months queues and all this, even for the parents and so on, they're missing the graduation of their kids, a lot of other opportunity, some emergencies and so on. So this is something that is important to keep in mind, right? So these are the some of the USPs of transfer option and the Malaysian campus, right? With that, we have a very strong system of support on campus, right from beginning, landing here, accommodations, inductions, boarding, guidance, and then all the way to your career counseling, your academic concerns, your pastoral support, your clubs and societies. You can see that the departments are very well equipped. Been 13 years they've been in the services, in the practice. So, I mean, they're quite gelled in now, right? And then here's some of a glance at some of the clubs and societies. Obviously, some are more added every year, some which don't have following, those are probably closed. But this is currently what we have on campus for the students. Very vibrant student body. If you follow us on LinkedIn or you follow some of the clubs on LinkedIn or Instagram, you'll see how active student life is in this whole neighborhood. Impressive lifestyle, very healthy, very engaging, right? So this is what's possible for the students. Quick glance at some of the students' activities, very brief. As I mentioned, the folder I'll share with you. It has more videos and photographs and so on. So this is just to let you know how students are actually engaged in curricular and extracurricular activities. So, programs. This is where I'll keep it brief because this covers every program individually. So I'll go through selective programs, but I'm sure with one or two or three slides, you'll be able to translate the further information automatically. So let's start from business foundation. All the foundations, we have three intake a year: March, July, and September. March starts in March, finishes next year, June, July. So about 14 months, you can say, right? 15 months. July starts in July, finishes next year, June, July, so about 12 months. September starts in September and then finishes by next year, August, July, end. So about 11 months. So the starting points of the foundations are different, but the ending point is almost the same or about 2 to 3 weeks difference only. Why? Because after the foundation ends, 2 weeks, so 2 months, a month later, you start your undergraduate degree. For undergraduate degree, we have only one intake in September. So all the foundations start at different points. All the foundation finishes by July and August, and then in September, the students start their degree year. So this is how they're currently. Entry requirement for IGCSE, for example, is 5 Bs, including a B in mathematics. And then you have other systems of education, IB. We accept all the system of education. See, those systems which are not listed here, please, you are most welcome to WhatsApp me, email me, let Jazzy know. I will provide you the tailored entry requirements because we cover about almost about 200 plus boards around the world. So it's not easy to put everything here, but let me know and I'll be happy to give you the admission guidelines for the respective board. This is just for your understanding how to read these and the other slides. Tuition fee in white is Malaysian tuition fee for Malaysian students, and in dark blue here, close to black, is international students tuition fee in Malaysia campus, 31,440 for the business foundation. Right now, couple of things. This is the tuition fee for all the program. We do not have library fee, application fee, registration fee, resource fee, facilities fees, XYZ, nothing at all. In our brochures, only one amount is listed, and that's called tuition fee, and that's it. So this is a complete first and last tuition fee that is listed here, right? Okay, all right. So now on that note, right, so you can see the comparison for tuition fee. It's sorry, in UK, the same program is close to 133,000 ringgit. So Malaysian education, like I said, you can see is almost one third or even lesser than that. Right? So just for your knowledge. And then, of course, we have up to 100% scholarship for foundation year with the results mentioned here. These results are mentioned for Malaysian SPM and IGCSE or O-level system. Again, we have the scholarship for the other boards as well. I'll be happy to provide you them also, right? So after foundation year, you move to accounting. You have the business bachelors. We have 9 business bachelors programs and 2 masters, right? So I'll go for, let's say, accounting and finance, and the other you will be able to see in your own time. So the entry requirement, let's say for A level, or equivalent is 3 Bs, including a B in mathematics in IGCSE or O level system, right? They don't require a B in mathematics in A level. any three subjects in with B and a B in mathematics earlier, that's enough for admission. And then other boards of system of education, Malaysian tuition fees 38,500. International students coming to Malaysia campus is 660. And then in UK it's about 130,000 again for the program, almost about 85 to 90,000 ringgit more in UK a year. The tuition fee is a year, by the way. Now, transfer option for this program is 3 plus 2, 0, meaning all three is in Malaysia. You still get this UK degree, 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1. It's your choice. We do have number of seats, obviously, because UK follows certain quota, but because of UCAS and so on. So we have to abide by that. But other than that, I mean, no other guidelines, no other limitation for transfer. If the seats are available, students can transfer to UK. All right. If seats are lesser, there are more students that want to transfer, then we may tell them, okay, 5 seats are there in marketing. You are 6 students who want to transfer. So the top 5 of you will go to UK. We can practice that sort of thing for neutrality. Otherwise, if the seats are there, not an issue at all. And then the scholarship table. So this one I won't repeat. So you've got the same thing for business entrepreneurship. Tuition fee, entry requirements, scholarship guidelines, business management, marketing, business analytics, financial technology, no, technology, I mean, finance and financial technology and economics options. Mathematics is required with a B in A level minimum, let's say. Right? So if we don't accept only the IGCSE mathematics for financial technology and 3 economics options, we require B in mathematics in A level and all other equivalents. Okay. And then other details are all self-explanatory. Then masters. So you've got the master's program, 2 masters in business portfolio, digital marketing, and masters in finance. Again, the guidelines are here, and this is just a program preview. The USPs are in the other section, right? So that's why I'm skipping this part. Are able to see all this information in the brochures and in this training slide. Computer Science Foundation will go through the same way. Entry requirements, tuition fees, scholarship leads to the Computer Science Foundation program. The entry requirements, guidelines are all here, tuition fee. Engineering Foundation leads you to engineering majors. So we have 3 engineering majors: mechanical, right? We have aeronautics and astronautics, and we have electrical and electronics engineering. So these are 3 majors. Again, entry requirement for each are detailed here. ABB for electronics and so on, and then tuition fee and everything. We will go to the specializations. So these are now USPs by programs again, right? So starting from the universities, the USPs all the way to program USPs. What is special about these programs that I just shared? So again, this information is a bit dynamic. Obviously, something may change, recognition may increase, recognition may change, and so on. The curriculum may change, rankings may change. So again, the best is to please keep an eye on these files every 2 months. So you are providing the latest updated information to the student. Now, one more thing, I should have mentioned it long ago. Sorry, my apologies. Do not share this file with the students, because they will have an older version and they'll say, this is what you provided me, and now, but the latest version may have a different file. So these are not brochures. This is for your training only. The brochures you can share with them because those are updated, right? Or those are, relatable, but don't provide these files directly to the student, please. Now, foundation year. So these are the USPs now for the foundation program, right? So first USP is more about the UG. My apologies, but it's related. So that's why it's been added. 100% PhD academics on campus for the UG programs. Foundation, we have a couple of academics who are masters because of the layout. Otherwise, 100% PhD academics on campus for undergraduate program. But then after, you can see 3 intakes. What are the advantages of the 3 intakes? What's the duration from 10 months to 14 months? Personal academic tutor. Every student has a personal academic tutor on campus, right? So the academic is there, the class lecturer is there for subject A, but the personal academic tutor is a third party, is a neutral academic tutor who's helping you with the 4 subjects you are taking in semester 1, semester 2, or year 1, and so on. So you've got additional support to teach you, to guide you, other than the classroom teachers, right? Progression rate is almost more than 95% across the years. So there are no hardly any dropouts. If there are dropouts, mostly the reason is my mother wanted me to study engineering, my father wanted me to study computer science. Those sort of reasons, they don't fail on academic grounds because the whole academic support available, but just sharing with you. And then so some of the advantages of the foundation programs. This leads to undergraduate programs, right? So let's say we got to go through engineering, aeronautics, and astronautics. Again, like I said, this link is hyperlink. If you click on this, it will take you to the aeronautics and astronautics page on website, and this is for the UK page here also. So you can see the UK's page. Now, these are the 6 specializations that you choose from. So 2 years are general aeronautics and astronautics, and then last 2 years you go for one of these specializations, right? And then professional accreditation, you can see what are the bodies accrediting the program, who it is registered with, and student life cycle. Third year, you have an individual project. Fourth year, you have a group project, right? So this is sort of a highlight the importance of our programs, that you are in the industry or you're working on these projects almost 1 year or about 10 months out of your last 20 months or 2 years on campus, right? So it's very industry heavy. And then 2+2, like I said, 2 years in Malaysia, 2 years in UK. Engineering programs, you don't have a choice. So you have to go to UK in year 3 and year 4, right? Computer science and business, you can complete all the studies here in Malaysia. You still get the UK degree. Engineering, you have to transfer to UK, right? Now, I'm so sorry. Let me just quickly go through one slide only. Yes, engineering. So engineering, right, you can see the tuition fee is for Malaysian campus is listed here, 59,950. This is for the first 2 years in Malaysia, right? Now, after this, when the students move to UK, so this is in UK tuition fee, you can see it's 127,400 pounds. But when the students move to UK after 2 years, they don't pay the UK tuition fee. They get a 20% transition scholarship from the Malaysian campus. So our students after 2 years don't pay 27,400 in third and fourth years. They pay about 21,900 in third and fourth year each. This is just to highlight to you, right? But actual tuition fee is 27,400. Now going back, so yeah, so 2+2 ranked third in UK by ranking that you can see on brochures as well. Exact curriculum, this applies to all the programs, business, computer science, engineering, curriculum wise, assessments, projects, and everything is exactly the same as UK. That's why the certificate is UK's only also, right? And then you've got the other advantages of this program, right? So this one again, I'll skip for electrical, electronics, computer science, because like I said, the purpose is to give you a glance at this file and you're able to relate it. And then in your time, next 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, you and the teams will be able to grasp a lot of USPs from here. Okay. So there's some of the students. Okay, now this is business students program. Now, for example, accounting and finance, ACCA 8 paper exemption, ICA W8, CMA 10, and so on. Again, these numbers may change year to year, so you can just refer to the latest brochures and these training slides. And then, yeah, so these some of the industrial insights. What is the areas of application? Where do you apply there? What do you work as, when you complete your bachelor's in accounting and finance? What are the career options? So this is to sort of highlight the areas of application, like I said, your career opportunities, okay, financial manager and all this. And this applies to the other programs also. So you're looking at business management, for example, you're looking at business analytics, marketing, entrepreneurship, and economics and actuarial science, economics and finance, and lastly, finance and financial technology, right? Again, I understand this is a bit rushed, but it's just because I'm wary of time. And second, I have the trust that you are professionals, right? So all of these will make sense to you when you're reading it, to know that, yes, this is what is needed, what is required to be explained to the student. You just have to have this collective information available to you, right? But if you have any question, I will be happy to address at the end, okay? So same goes for finance, same goes for digital marketing, masters. And then, so this is a quick glance then, let's say, of the programs options available through our foundation in you. So if you study our foundation, you can take these options directly in UK as well, right? So business foundation, my business foundation takes you to accounting and finance in UK, business analytics and all this, engineering foundation and computer science foundation. Obviously, when you transfer after foundation to UK, In business and computer science, anyway, whenever you transfer, you have to pay the UK tuition fee because you are not forced to go there. Engineering, we offer 20% transition scholarship because yeah, we require you to go to UK. But if you transfer after foundation, that 20% transition scholarship does not apply, is not offered to you for 4 years or 2 years. Right? It is only available when you spend 2 years of engineering in Malaysia and then transfer to UK. All right. So this is, but progression options from foundation are available here. Now, some administrative procedures. This is in terms of application, signing, and so on. So I'll just go through this very briefly. What do you call Southampton or Malaysia campus has three presences online, you can say, right? So one is our own website, which is brief, is to for a very specific purpose, to provide relevant information about the Malaysia campus and so on, and it is most updated as well. We have a presence on UK websites as well. But UK's website, at times it could be a little outdated. The open day has finished, it's still showing there, or open day starting and it's going to show tomorrow. So it could be a little bit outdated. So it's best for updates, follow-ups, and so on to refer to Malaysian website, right? Which again is hyperlinked, so you can have a look at it later. And then so you've got UK's website, you've got Malaysian website, and you have Malaysian mini website in UK's main website. So this is just why I'm highlighting, because sometimes you're on UK's website, right? And in the Malaysian section, but then you move to a different section and say, hey, do you have this program? But that's not a Malaysian campus program, that's a UK's program. So you can just look at our website to know what programs are available or the brochures. Okay. Now, in terms of this one, I'll skip through because this is, I understand with the yes, but this is for application submission. So again, this is the link for to submit the application online. Now, if you're applying, I mean, of course, you're applying as all agents and so on. So in the first section, I'll show you, you have to say yes, right? This section here on top left, right? Are you an agent applying on behalf of the student? You have to say yes. You can even ask the student to fill this. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes to fill this form, very basic. You can ask the student to fill this form or you can fill it. In that case, either case, right? You have to select yes here. You have to find your name here, and then you have to key in your details like name, email address, and so on. So make sure that it's recorded under your company's records, right? So yes, as an agent or student can fill this one. The student has to select your name or write your name here, put your email address or the official email address from yes and so on. And then who's your contact point. Here you're going to select Omar for your cases. The others, they are mostly looking after local region and local Malaysian students and so on. So international is only one Omar here at the moment, right? So this is what you select, right? So again, select yes, write your name, and then so on, and do not fill multiple application for the same student. If one student says, I'm interested in business and maybe computer science, submit one for the time being, get his offer letter, and then let me know. I will generate another offer letter for the other program. Do not fill a new application for him, please. It will be rejected and it will create a lot of duplication at our end. So no the multiple application for the same students. And then after that, for all the offer letters, we can only release offer letters or what others call eligibility letters after submitting this application. So you have to. So the first step would be probably send the documents to me via WhatsApp or email. Let me assess. When I say go ahead, this is he's eligible or she's eligible with admission and scholarship, then fill this application online. Otherwise, you'll be wasting a lot of time filling the application and then finding out after 2 days, 3 days, 5 days waiting that he or she is not eligible for some reason. So documents first, immediately followed up by the application online. All right, so we can only release offer letter once this is shared. And this is how I told you the application looks like, the whole form. Then after is very generic, very basic. These are some of the payment guidelines. I'll leave it to you. These are available in website anyway and the brochures. So I'll skip this. And then documents for admission, most important. So first, initially for assessment, please send me results and ID or passport page, main page, results. So degree, we need, well, let's say IGCSE at A level or others, like education system results. For master's admission, we require the bachelor's degree as well as a CV and then so on. And for PhD, the research proposal and these additional document, right? Document for visa later on. So all the above documents, obviously, you have shared with us. Then after that, passport, you all the set, as you know, photograph with white background. Again, detailed information is provided to you in the offer letter. This is just preliminary. Health declaration form, visa application form, then we will provide you with the visa pack and any other document that EMGS requires, we will notify you. So once these documents are submitted, then we start the visa process for your students, right? And that's yeah, accommodation option. So I told you we are in the this neighborhood called Edu City. Universities here are not permitted to have your own accommodation options. So we have appointed student village is under Edu City's management. Others are appointed developers that have units for the students. So you're looking at Eco Nest, which is about 200 meters from my campus, 5 minutes walk. You've got a metro link, about 7 minutes drive, from here, but they have the shuttle service. Student village, again, 5 minutes drive, but they do have the shuttle service as well, right? So just for your knowledge, these are the options. And what happens when the student registers, we provide the contact details, or you provide them these contact details, student, or you directly communicate with those management to see the updated availability status, and then reserve the right unit for the students, or they can reserve directly for themselves, right? So this is accommodation guidelines. That's all. I've kept to my promise of finishing it in 15 minutes as Jazzy's strict instructions. I'm sorry if it felt a little rushed once again, but please, if you have any question, anything, we rather spend more time on those questions than instead of going through these slides. These slides are very helpful, self-explanatory. You'll notice when you're reading this, you'll realize it's quite straightforward, and basic. But if you have any question, please let me know now. We'll address in next 10 minutes, and then we will call it a day. Please go ahead. Any questions, please?
All right, we have one question. I'm going to KL this coming Monday to look for a university for my son. Do you have bachelor in mechanical engineering?
Okay, I'm so sorry. Could you repeat that question again? Sorry.
This agent will be going to KL in this next Monday, and
Next
then
Monday.
he asked, yeah, do you have any bachelor in mechanical engineering?
Yes, so we have the okay, so just to sort of highlight to you, we have Masters of Engineering programs, but they're actually undergraduate 4 years degree. They're not master of 1 year only, right? So what happens in UK, the bachelor programs are of 3 years, including engineering programs, right? And the world globally, they require a 4 years undergraduate degree for the student to be listed as chartered engineer or professional engineer and so on with the engineering councils, board of engineers and engineering bodies, right? So UK solution is to give them students extra 1 year to make it a 4 years degree. So we do have that 4 year degree. First they study 3 years bachelor's, then they progress, they go to integrated master year, and they graduate with the 2 degrees, you can say bachelor's and actually master's, but that master is accepted globally as a undergraduate level, so they can list the benefit is they can still start their PhDs after that, right? Because it's still a master's degree, but the advantage is that they're not required to take additional year because UK offers them, right? This additional. So we do have mechanical engineering, as you saw from the slides, and it actually offers another 11 specializations, and you'll see from the brochures and so on. So first 2 years are general mechanical, then the next 2 years you're going for one of those specializations. So we do have that. In terms of visit on the campus, like I said, we are not in Kuala Lumpur, but if he is able to visit us in Johor, I mean, more than happy to assist him with the campus tour and other facilities here.
Thank you, Mar. Hope it helps. And then next question. I just want to make sure. So because engineering students have to study 2 years in the UK, therefore they are forced to pay 2 year UK institution fee, which is more expensive. Is that correct?
Yeah, as you notice here, I mean, I'll give you a comparison to highlight this element of more expensive. 1 year in UK right now, conversion rate right now is about almost about 165,000 ringgit 1 year. 165,000 ringgit 1 year. That makes 2 years, right? It makes almost about 330,000 ringgit. 4 years, it makes about 60,000 ringgit, right? At the moment, 4 years in UK. The same program in Malaysia is, let's say 60,000, is 70%, 100,000 ringgit lesser in Malaysia, 105,000 ringgit lesser in Malaysia, right? So the first 2 years, you are saving almost about 70% of the tuition fee. When you go to UK, you again get a 20% transition scholarship. So overall, the complete program is going to cost you about 350,000 compared to 650,000, right? So you're saving almost about 45% of the tuition fee. So from that point of view, yes, it is not expensive for the program. But yes, by comparison, 2 years in Malaysia is about 60,000, 2 years in UK is about 21,000, 22,000 pounds. So yes, the tuition fee is slightly, I mean, it's not slightly, it's different in Malaysia and in UK, yes.
Thank you, Omar. Next question. I have one question. Do you have pathway program and how many times students study in a week? And do you have internship program?
I couldn't get, what do you mean by pathway program? Could you please explain or elaborate? What do
Uh,
you mean by pathway program?
yeah. I think for the foundation or yeah. OSS team, can you please type the meaning of your question? Pathway. Do you mean foundation? Because Foundation University of Southampton, Malaysia has it. Can we just like answer the next question? How many times students study in a week, and do you have an internship program?
Okay, so I mean, how many times in a week? I mean, they have 4 to 5 days classes a week.
Yeah.
It's a university system, obviously. So I mean, they study every day, or they study 3 to 4 days minimum, I would say, right? Depending upon the master students, yeah, maybe they study 2 to 3 days a week. But undergraduate and foundation students, 4 to 5 days a week. Of course, the classes are not from starting from 8 o'clock all the way to 6 o'clock. So let's say Monday they have two classes from 8 to 10 and then 12 to 2. That's it. But Wednesday maybe they have five classes, 8 to 10, 10 to 12 all the way. So, Thursday maybe they have no class at all. Friday only one class. So it varies, but generally you're looking at 4 to 5 days a week, 3 to 4 classes a day. Yes.
All right. And about the internship program?
Yeah, internship. No. So internships are not mandatory with us, meaning your students are not forced to go. They are not required to go. They don't have any credit bearing or any results, anything at all. It is students' choice if they want to go, but we do provide internship. Almost about 60% students they go for internships through us, right? But it's their choice. If they want to go, they go. If they don't want to go, they go enjoy their holidays and so on. And the employability is the same. Or if you have internship, if you don't have internship with us, the employability average is about 99.2, 98.9, 99.4. That's average employability across the years. But we do have internship if the students want to go, but their choice is not part of the academic program. Okay, pathway to your UK campus. Yeah, as I mentioned, right, engineering is mandatory. Pathway, you have to go to UK for the last 2 years. And for the other programs I mentioned, that we have either 3+0 option, all the threes in Malaysia, or business 1+2 and 2+1 pathways are there. One in Malaysia, two in UK, two in Malaysia, one in UK. For computer science, at the moment is only 3+0, meaning all 3 years in Malaysia, or 1+2, 1 year in Malaysia, 2 years in UK, right? Because in the second year, they start some projects which are modules that require continuity. They can't transfer to UK after that, right? So either they go after first year, so they have second and third year in UK. If they start second year with us, they have to have third year also in Malaysia. Okay. Okay, so see, minimum the scholarship and all this is a very broad sort of question, right? Like, what is minimum requirement? I shared the slide with you. You could see that what is for the O level and SPM, as a standard. But then, what I'll do, I'll let Jazi collect all these boards from you all. That hi, for Cambodia, for Thailand, for Vietnam, for Indonesia, I can prepare a table and I can share with you program by program. Then because like I said, we are handling about 200 boards from around the world. and the criteria sort of varies, right? So this is I can Jaji, just it is on you. Please send me this email about the boards of
Sure.
education. I will share it with you. Okay. How much scholarship? The scholarship start from about 10% of the tuition fee all the way up to 100%. Now, one thing, our scholarships are only for foundation and 1 year of bachelor's degree or undergraduate degree. We don't have scholarships for second year, third year, and fourth year. Of course, engineering students get a transition scholarship automatically for UK, but in Malaysia, it's only foundation and maximum 1 year tuition fee. Right after that, we don't have, so we don't offer more than that scholarship, but they can get up to 100% for foundation and 100% for 1 year of studies on Malaysian campus, right? So this is a maximum. And in Indonesia, you can apply for Bachelor of AI through foundation first. No, so yeah, if you're talking about SMA, yes, you have to apply through foundation. UK does not accept them direct admission to bachelor's programs, unlike Malaysia system of education. So the SMA TIGA or in all this, they are required to take a foundation year before joining the bachelor's years.
Okay, thank you, Umar. Do you have any more questions? We still have some like 2 minutes left.
So,
No, all good. Correct. I think that's all, Umar. If you have any questions, just let me know, and then if I have the answer, I'll just reply you directly, and if not, I'll ask Umar to clarify about your questions. All right. Thank you so much, Omar. Oh, we have one more question here. Do you accept foundation from program in Indonesia?
we do accept foundation from all around the world, right? So it's we are open to that. The only thing is that see, we have to look at the curriculum, what they have studied there, and what we are teaching to just to make sure that they are covering what we are teaching, and then we look at the results, obviously, right? So as long as the entry requirements, the results are met for that program, and the curriculum matches by 80%, we accept foundations, yes. Okay, the students, they are allowed by government here to work 20 hours a week. The caveat is during semester breaks, holidays, when they don't have the classes, to sort of discourage them from missing classes and then working. So that's the whole idea. But they, on the government's website, on the immigration website, is listed there, written there, 20 hours a week during these breaks and holidays. Yes, they can work.
All right. Thank you so much. I think that's all. We can conclude this webinar series. Thank you so much, Omar, for your time and presentation. And please send me the presentation slide because I want to, yeah,
Yes.
send to our agent partners. Thank you, everyone, for joining. See you next time in our next webinars. Thank you so much, Omar, again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.